We in World Artist Experiences welcome you to the Festivals of Harmony. Today, we will learn about the Dragon Boat Festival, which is in 3 days in China on June 10. We're so grateful to the Embassy of the People's Republic of China, Guangzhou City, to Minister Councilor Chen, to Ms. Xinglin Zhuan, and to Adrian for working with us for many weeks to produce today's program for you. The Festival of Harmony, the Dragon Boat Festival, has so many rich live customs, living customs, the people, the city, and the festival. All of these you will experience live from Guangzhou City today. If you have questions, please put them in the Q&A box on your computer. Now, it's my great honor to introduce to you Minister Councilor Shenmei Xin of the Embassy of the People's Republic of China in Washington, D.C. Minister Councilor Xin.
Hi, hello, Betty. Hello, everybody.
We're so happy that you can be with us this morning. Thank you so much. The program will continue with the Dragon Boat Festival.
This is the most grand summer festival in China, Dragon Boat Festival. It is a water-related festival. In China, Dragon Boat Festival, Chinese New Year, Tomb Sweeping Day, and Mid-Autumn Festival are known as the four major traditional Chinese festivals. It's formed by inheriting the 1,000-year-old traditional culture. It's a traditional festival with shared significance. Its origin dated back to 2,000 years ago. In ancient times, the temperature was high in summer. Poisonous mosquitoes and other insects made people diseased. So every summer, people would sacrifice to the water god. Grains were wrapped with seasonally abundant zizania leaves and thrown into the river to show awe for the water god and pray for harvest and happiness. In the following thousands of years, zongzi evolved with the changing regional culture in China. With all kinds of tastes, it became the most representative food of the Dragon Boat Festival. During the Dragon Boat Festival, families gathered together to make zongzi. They gave delicious zongzi to relatives and friends as gifts. They celebrate the festival together. Dragon Boat Festival is a day for family reunion. It's also a festival to maintain health. Dragon Boat Festival is a time when spring ends and summer comes. Climate change is particularly evident. Snakes, rats, insects and ants, and poisonous animals are rampant. People are extremely vulnerable to their invasion. In order to avoid plague and disease and keep healthy, when the Dragon Boat Festival comes, people hang the detoxifying wormwood in front of the door. They also use herbs to make sachets and wear them. These customs continue to this day. In September 2009, UNESCO officially reviewed and approved the Dragon Boat Festival as World Intangible Cultural Heritage. It became China's first festival to be inscribed as World Intangible Cultural Heritage. Today's Dragon Boat Festival bears the ancient memory and carries forward the 1,000-year-old culture. Its rich traditional customs contribute to the festive atmosphere. It belongs to China and the whole world. Let's celebrate the festival with the world. Let's share the Dragon Boat Festival with the world.
黄山是座山，诞生于燕山运动中，经历1.3亿年漫长的地质演化，迎客松从陡峭的花岗岩壁探出，成为中国人民热情好客的象征。云海翻涌，让每一双脚感受腾空，每一双眼看见惊奇。天然巧石博物馆可不是浪得虚名，形态各异算是谦虚。活灵活现才算最高境界。但黄山可不仅仅是座有风景的山，还是座有文化的山。300余处摩崖石刻，2万余首黄山诗词，不断书写着震旦国中第一奇山的传奇。见过它的人们都惊叹不已。
Hello, Huangshan Mountain. Huangshan Mountain, the mountain of culture. Huangshan is not only a mountain carrying culture, but also a beautiful city.
在世界的版图上，北纬30度秀美之城的生命力，不仅闪耀着赓续文化基因的璀璨，更创造着无与伦比的美好未来。在阔步迈向大黄山世界级休闲度假康养旅游目的地的新征程里，黄山以历史名城的厚度与现代与历史交融，一音一符，风华绝代；一腔一板，名扬中外。开中国之窗的精彩，聚人与自然一体。
I'm waiting for you in amazing Huangshan Village.
自然律动的音符，编织出神奇乡村的华丽乐章。
你好。
你好。
粉墙黛瓦马头墙，飞檐翘角花格窗，310个中国传统村落熠熠生辉，36个天井，72个坎窗，100多个门庭，是徽州人平衡自我与自然最和谐的方式。在这里，一片瓦有一片瓦的故事，一颗砖有一颗砖的精彩。
Besides its breathtaking countryside, Huangshan is also home to storytellers.
你好。你好。
如果文物会说话，它会说：“是你掌心的温度，给了我生命的延续。”如果历史会说话，它会说：“是你无尽的回望，掀开我全新的篇章。”如果岁月会说话，它会说：“黄山故事，世界响亮。”
你好。你好。
你好，
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 你好。
你好。
Hello，黄山。
你好，中国，我是黄山。
Good morning, everyone. My name is Adrian. 6 years ago, I came to Huangshan. And as the saying goes, because I have fallen in love with someone, I have also fallen in love with their home. Now, I am a teacher here at Huangshan University, and I also run a countryside pizza shop. Huangshan is a small city in southern Anhui province, which is located in eastern China. The city of Huangshan is named after the fabulous mountain Huangshan, which is a symbol of the Chinese nation alongside with the Great Wall, the Yangtze River, and the Yellow River. As you have all seen in the video, Ni Hao Huangshan, Huangshan is not only full of many world-class natural heritage sites, but it also has a rich Huizhou culture. Currently, the city of Huangshan is working with several surrounding cities to jointly create the area of Greater Huangshan, a world-class leisure, vacation, and wellness tourism destination. Last month, the Great Huangshan Tourism and Culture promotional video was played on the big screen in Times Square in New York City, attracting many American residents and tourists alike to stop and enjoy it, allowing more people to understand the brand image of misty and grand Huangshan, a sanctuary for the soul. The city of Huangshan, formerly known as Huizhou, has a history of more than 2,000 years. Now, we are located in Huizhou Fuya in Shexian County, which is a county of Huangshan. It used to be the capital of the ancient Huizhou prefecture. As you can see, it features typical Huizhou-style architecture, full of unique and antique charm. Today, it's my honor to guide us through our journey on the traditional Chinese holiday of Duanwujie, or Dragon Boat Festival, where together we can experience the charm and wonders of traditional Chinese culture. First, the dancing of the fish lanterns is an ancient and traditional event from Shexian County in Huangshan. Every year for the new year, the local villagers will prepare for this huge fish lantern performance. It is done to pray for a bountiful, safe, and happy new year. Now, let's enjoy the dance of fish lanterns performed by the group from Zhanqi village in Shexian, and then a traditional Huizhou opera performance. Wow, what wonderful performances. Not only the fish lanterns, but also the classic Huizhou opera. In fact, Huizhou opera came before Beijing opera. Everybody knows Beijing opera. All right, so I actually really love the fish lanterns. And here we have somebody who's making them right now. 老师，你这里是在给鱼上色吗？
是的，是的，我们在给鱼涂颜色。
哇，我来看一下，
对，这个我们的鱼呢，全是纯手工，一笔一笔画上去的。
纯手工，包括这个骨架也是纯手
对，
工。
从骨架到整个的鱼皮上颜色，全是手工的。
So she said these fish are completely handmade and have been made that way for hundreds of years.
对，你想试一试不？
好，我不会搞坏吧？
不会，这个可以蘸一下红色。我们可以先试一下画鱼鳞。
All right, she said she's gonna let me paint a scale on the fish. 是搞这个红色吧？
哎，我们蘸一点红色。
好。
对，
I'm not an excellent art student, so
这个
let's
地
see
方
how
空
I
的
do.
啊，对，
哦，no.
涂上去，是的。
其实我曾经在黄山也参加过这种活动，然后也去画过我们自己的小鱼。
沉浸式的体验啊，这非常有意义。
So in fact, I have painted one of these before, and I'm not doing any better this time.
对，画一只独属于自己的鱼灯。
哇，谢谢。
挺好的，非常好。我们还可以给鱼灯呢这个点睛。好，我们换一个颜色，用这个黑色。
黑色。
这边是黑色，我们可以给鱼的眼睛
I
点
take
上
some
眼睛。
black and I can paint the eye
对
of the fish. How big should I make it? 该多大呢？
我这个黑圈的
就这么大
都可以。哎，对。
哇。So
给它点上眼睛，去赋予神秘。
Some students who are adept with a paintbrush would be much better at this than I would. Next time, you can come have a try.
对，中间涂一点就可以。
这样是吧？
嗯，对。
好像有点丑哎。
可以，好的，非常棒。还可以这边还有一个眼睛。
Two eyes. 老师不放过我。好，
一定要给它
完整的涂上颜色。
对。
是整个。
是的。
哎妈！那你们一般做一条鱼需要多长时间？I'm asking how long it takes to make one of these fish.
对，因为我们的鱼灯呢是纯手工的，从做这个骨架到整个鱼完工，基本上需要1个星期的时间做完一条鱼。
Wow, it takes 1 week to make one fish. 这么大吗？
对，也有比这个基本上像这样的就是标准大小。
Right. So for the small ones, it takes 1 week. But if you attend the festival, you can see huge fish, more than 6-7 feet long. They're incredible.
像我们的鱼灯上面呢，这个地方可以留了一块，我们可以呢在这个上面写上你的祝福语啊，或者写上地名黄山啊，或者是写上你的名字啊，都可以。接下来我们可以在这里
on the top of the fish's head, you can write a blessing, or you can write your name.
我们可以换个颜色。
好，那你们一般是写什么字？
我们比较传统的呢，会写王字，还有呢，就是写上我们的地名，比如说歙县嘛，我们就像这样的鱼灯上面写上歙的歙字，也可以呢写上自己的名字。
So she's saying most traditionally they will write Wang, which means king, right? And now they like to write the 歙县. They write the 歙, which is the county where they are from.
可以用金色。
好 ，so we're going to use gold.
哎，金色，在那个鱼头上面呢写上。
那我写什么呢？我就写 I will write an A. I will write an A.
这个浮着一点啊，没关系。哇，
这个金色好看 ，the gold is beautiful.
大气，你这写的。
大气，大 A， 大 A， 这个。This gold is quite a beautiful color. 好，哇哦，哇哦，
完美。
Wow.
转过来展示。
Here, do you want to see? There's my golden A. Yeah. And so the fish are actually quite a feat of engineering. because you can move them and it looks as if they are floating in the sky.
这就是独属于你的一条鱼了。
哇
专属鱼。
塞，谢谢老师，
不客气。
谢谢老师。
好，
谢谢。So, for 端午节, there's one thing that we can never forget, and that is we must eat 粽子, which are, of course, as we know, the sticky rice dumplings. And so here we have Chef, and she is in the process of making our special 端午节粽子. Shall we have a look? 老师你好，你好，我看你这个粽子已经做了很多，然后你这个是在做什么馅呢？
那个猪肉馅的。
猪肉馅，她在做she's making the 是咸猪肉是吧？
咸的。
是咸的 so it's actually salted pork. And she's putting this white, which is the glutinous rice. So she's putting glutinous rice with the salted pork in the middle. All right. 然后你接下来是要包起来是吧？
哎。
Right, so she's already got it in this really unique position in her hands. And I've tried this before. It looks easy, but it's not. And she's going to fold it over like this. 然后你是怎么包起来的呢？就是这样。这个我就不试了。你来给我们展示一下吧。
好的。这样子包过去。这个手跟这个手。
Right, fold it together.
对的。
那你一般就是端午节的时候会做，因为我知道要做很多很多粽子。就是你家里人或者你自己个人一般一天要做多少 ？I'm asking her how many 粽子 must she make for the holidays?
做多少这个反正这是天气再下去天气热了，做多了办不了，就做亲戚朋友啊送一点。
对 so that's the point. She has to make quite a few because it's custom to gift the 粽子 to all of your friends and family. And so around this time of year, everybody's gifting and receiving 粽子. And so we eat a lot of 粽子 around this time of year. And now she's taking this palm leaf and she's going to tie it. 那老师这个是怎么打的结？我感觉还是要有点力是吧？
死结就行。
打个死结。
要不你试一下吧。
好，你让我试一下吧。
哎，
好。So she's gonna let me try to tie a knot. I think I can handle that.
就用这个吧，反正这样子裁一道。
Okay.
使劲拉。
Whoa, she's using a lot of strength to tie it tightly.
这个结给你打吧。
这怎么打？就是正常的死结是吧？
打个死结就行，你要打个蝴蝶结也行。
那我没那本事。哎妈呀，我一个死结都不一定。
没事，我这里。
好 ，ready？
我这里
用点力，但不能太多力，会破掉是吧？会撕坏。
应该这样子可以了，哎，再来一个。
哦，你看我是蝴蝶结。Look, I've tied a bow. Well, how about that?
不太明显。
不算蝴蝶结。
可以的。
那就是这个做完了，但是还需要煮是吧？
还要煮。
Right, so this is actually the raw 粽子 and before you eat it, we boil it. 要煮多长时间？
煮就是大火要煮1个小时，小火要煮2个小时，加起来3个小时。
Right, so she uses a big flame to boil it for 1 hour and then a small flame to boil it for another 2 hours. So it has to be boiled for a total of 3 hours before it's ready to eat. 好，那我就不麻烦你了，谢谢你啦，谢谢你啦。So, as you can see, on 端午节, people will prepare food as offerings, and not only will we prepare food, but we will also prepare flowers and plants as flower offerings. Many ancient Chinese paintings use these flower arrangements as their theme. The plants represent a symbiotic relationship that humans share with nature. It represents our respect and love for life and our expectations for a bright future. Now, let's welcome our intangible cultural heritage inheritors for Huizhou flower arrangements, Shu Shaofei and Sun Ke, to show us more about the classic Huizhou flower arrangements. 你好，老师。
Hello，
那我看你这里有好多好多漂亮的花。
是的，徽州插花。Hello，大家好。徽州插花它是典型的中国传统插花。
So she's saying the Huizhou flower arrangements are a classic Chinese flower arrangement.
端午节插花呢，会用到一些很特殊的花材。
Right, so for 端午节, this holiday, we must use some very specific type of plants. Let's ask her why.
比如说这个就是菖蒲叶，它长得像一把宝剑，代表着力量。
All right, so this one, as you can see, is long like a sword. And in the flower arrangement, it represents power.
对，还有这个是艾草，它是一个中草药，能起到驱虫的作用。
对对对. So this is called Asian mugwort, and it is a classic Chinese herb with a very unique fragrance, and it is known to repel poisonous pests.
对，这也是中国香草。
Right, this is the Chinese herb.
我们还会用到这个石榴花。石榴花有很多的籽，就中国有句古话叫多子多福。那么在插花里，它就是寓意着家庭和谐。
Wow, that's very nice. So she's saying this is a pomegranate flower, which many of us are also probably not familiar with. Now, why pomegranate? Because a pomegranate has many seeds. And the Chinese word for seed is zi, which is the same word as for child. And what that represents is family and harmony.
是的。然后我们呢也会用到香樟叶。香樟叶呢，它也是有天然的芬芳，也能起到驱虫的作用。
So there's another kind of plant here that's called the camphor tree. And the camphor leaf also is excellent for repelling mosquitoes. And there are actually 1,000-year-old camphor trees that are growing all over the Huizhou countryside.
是的，是的，有很多千年的古樟树。是的，这个是我用这个菖蒲叶、艾草还有五彩绳做的一个艾挂。在徽州呢有一个习俗，端午节的时候呢，它会给挂在门上去祈福。
So this is called a braid. And it's using all of these very special plants that we use for 端午节 to repel insects and to give us a good blessing. And as you can see here, she uses a 5-color string. And this is hung up on every door across the Huizhou countryside for 端午节 to bring us safety and happiness throughout the summer.
Yes， 看一下我们这边的在做的这个徽州插花。
Right, so here he is in the process of making these wonderful Huizhou flower arrangements. Wow, that's wonderful. So here in Huangshan, since ancient times, people have placed great importance on nature and our reliance on it for health and happiness. You can see people growing these plants all over the countryside to help create a safe and more suitable environment for humans to keep us healthy throughout the summer. 谢谢老师。
谢谢周文。
谢谢。So, Mrs. Shu just mentioned the 5-color string. In fact, 端午节 and the number 5 have a very intimate relationship. For one, 端午节 is on the 5th day of the 5th month of every lunar year. In China, there's a common saying, upon the arrival of 端午节, the 5 poisonous creatures awaken, referring to the fact that snakes, scorpions, centipedes, lizards, and toads are very active in the warm summer months, potentially bringing harm to the people. In order to drive away the 5 poisonous creatures, people often wear the 5-colored bracelets. The colors being green, red, yellow, white, and black. In traditional Chinese medicine, each one of these colors represents a different organ in the human body. Simultaneously, each of these colors represent its own meaning in traditional Chinese culture. Green represents life and hope. Red represents passion and happiness. Yellow represents nobility and wealth. White represents purity and kindness. And black represents the mysterious and celestial. Now here we have our wonderful teacher here who's making one of these woven 5-color bracelets as we speak. 老师你好，能不能稍微给我们讲一下你这个五色绳的一些特色？
这个端午节的五彩绳是特有的一个民间艺术，是中国传统文化的一个传承和思想。
So she's saying this 5-colored bracelets is a very unique and special kind of Chinese art, and it represents the deepness and profoundness of ancient Chinese culture and ideology. So, as you can see, it's quite a complicated thing to do, and I assume this would take a long time to finish. So today, it might be difficult for us to learn exactly how to make this, but today she is going to be kind enough to teach us how to braid, how to tie a bow on my wrist. 那老师，你拿这个是5个颜色的，
刚好5种颜色的
Right, so
五彩绳。
5 colors on the strings, and she's going to teach us how to make a bow.
用五彩绳呢，系一个蝴蝶结，蝴蝶也是代表美好的意思。
好，
先是绕一个圈，然后呢，随意这样先打一个结，
好 So first tie a knot.
然后用大拇指和中指，你看，一个是往左，一个往右，相互交叉。
So you take your 2 fingers, and it might be difficult to see, but you wrap it around, one to the left,
对。
one to the right, and
交叉
look.
一拉紧，就是一个美好的一个蝴蝶结。
Wow, thank you. That's wonderful. And so now I have the 5-color bracelet, and it will keep me safe and happy throughout the summer. 谢谢老师，谢谢，真的很棒。So, as you can see, because it's a traditional Chinese holiday, there are naturally many ancient poems describing 端午节. Poem after poem, imparting the thoughts and emotions of our ancestors. Next, let's enjoy a performance of the poem from the students of Anhui Xingzhi High School. The poem written by the famous poet of the Song Dynasty, Su Shi, 浣溪沙端午, describes the scene of a 端午 celebration. So it seems that we have learned how to make this bow a little bit too quickly. So 老师能不能麻烦你一下，我们稍微慢一点的让 观众朋友们能够看清楚，然后我们真的可以学。So let's try a couple more times, and as we follow along, let's do our best to see. We'll do our best to make sure that you can see. We'll do our best.
来这样一个五彩绳。
So you take it around the arm,
先绕一圈。
come back up.
上来以后呢，我们先打一个。
So here she's just making a normal, basic knot, right? Just so it's tight around the wrist.
然后顺手用这个。
So this is where it gets complicated, right?
然后来。
再来一次。 So you can see here. She.
来食指。
Oh. So she puts it.
先来食指，再来大指。
So hot. That's right. If I'm looking at this, it would be very difficult to follow
这个也
along.
是一样，先来食指，然后交叉。
Wow.
对，交叉，一拉。
Wow. So you take it on here, and then you.
啊，
Right? You.
我们也还可以又有一种蝴蝶结
嗯
的打法，
好
这个稍简单一点。
All right. So let's take a look at this kind. This might be a little bit simpler.
先绕一圈，然后把这一边耳朵留一个小耳朵，
Oh, make a little ear like a bunny.
然
Yeah.
后这边呢也留一个小耳朵，
Oh, so you make 2 ears. Yeah.
两个耳朵相互交叉，然后打一个，把它绕一圈打结。
Right. So you take the 2 ears, you cross them together, and then come around and tie a knot.
用两个耳朵这样打，这样相互交叉打一个结，这样的也是一种蝴蝶结的打法。
Right. So this is another way to tie a bow. This is maybe the more traditional way. But if we think this is very difficult, we can just do a bow like this. And she tied it nice and tight, a double knot, so that I'm extra safe. So I hope that we can see that.
这两种五彩绳的两种蝴蝶结的打法。
I hope that we can see that. 我觉得最大的挑战是什么呢？就是我来给你挤一个。So I think in order to see if it's possible, I'm going to try to give our wonderful teacher here a bow on her wrist. 但我觉得有一点难。I'm afraid I might also not be very good at this. Okay, so
来，我的手给你。
come around, come up. Okay. 好，先打个结。So first tie a little knot.
哎，对，穿过去
It's a。normal knot. Okay. All right, so this is the hard part. Go, I hold it here and I go like this. 是吗？
你要不留两个耳朵的那种打法？
哦，那就可以了。All right, so she's telling me just don't even try that one.
来，留
So,
一个小耳朵。
okay, so here's a little ear. Here's a little ear. I can do that. I can do this. It's just like tying my shoe.
我们称它为随意结。打过来。
Oh, oh,
来
oh.
来，穿过来。对，穿过。
All right.
就是相互之间的缠绕。
And then there we go.
哎，这也是一个很漂亮的蝴蝶结就好了。
Yay.
好，谢谢祖文老师送我的这个美好的蝴蝶结。
没有没有，谢谢你，你把这个很好的精神传达给大家。
它是一个中国非常美好的一个民间艺术。
Right. So this is really has a wonderful meaning. It spreads love and care and affection and safety and gratitude for the people around us. All right. So as you can see, the time flies quickly. Our event is coming to an end. Today, it's as if we traversed time and space. Time and space. And we're able to experience the unique cultural festivities of 端午节. We enjoyed the Huizhou fish lanterns. We got to try some of the famous 粽子. We learned about the 5-color bracelets and its cultural background. And we even got to make some ourselves. right? And last, we listened to the ancient words of Su Shi and his colorful description of Duanwujie. I hope everyone had a wonderful time, and I wish everyone a safe and happy Duanwujie. Thank you.
Wow. What a morning you've given us. It was just fantastic. We learned so much about the Dragon Boat Festival. You know, we always think of just the boat races. But my, what
right.
a wonderful festival of harmony you've given us this morning. Thank you. So we said that there would be a few moments for questions. There are a few here. If we can start that now. Adrian,
Yeah, absolutely.
a great tour of Guangzhou, and really, I think we've also breathed that wonderful beauty and the culture that is there in that city of wellness. I think that was a wonderful way to look at the city there. So could we ask you a few questions?
Yeah, please.
We saw that beautiful lantern festival, and what exquisite fish. It was each fish was one of beauty and one of craftsmanship. Can you tell us a little bit more about the fish lantern, because it's so beautiful? Something that
Absolutely, I agree with you. I am also a huge fan of the fish lanterns, and there are actually two different kinds of fish lanterns here in Shixian. One is from a village called Wangmantian, and the other is these fish, right? And the two different fish are unique in their own way, right? They're beautiful in their own way. And these are from the village of Zhanxi. Both are classified as Huangshan Intangible Cultural Heritage and have existed for hundreds and hundreds of years. During the last year's Spring Festival celebrations, the spokesperson for the National Department of Foreign Affairs said this. He said, "During the Spring Festival, the sky of Zhanxi village in Anhui province is lit up by the dazzling display of fish lanterns. This ancient tradition, dating back for thousands of years, symbolizes prosperity and good fortune for the new year." So as we learned already, these fish lanterns are completely handmade, and I have personally attended many of these festivals and celebrations, and it is quite a spectacle. The fish, as you can see, are meters long, and some are even larger than the ones that we have displayed here. So it's truly wonderful.
So there's a question here from the audience. Are these made only in Anhui province in China?
So yes, so each fish is unique, and these fish are only made in one village called Zhanxi, and then the other kind of fish that are made here in Huangshan as well are only made in that one village called Wangmantian. As far as I'm aware, there are other kinds of fish lanterns in different places across China, but the design and some of the customs are all somewhat different.
Thank you. There's another question here expressing the great beauty and the rich landscapes that they have seen in both all the program today. Can you please tell us a little bit more from your perspective about the city, and also it's very, maybe everyone didn't know, but they're asking about the Huizhou culture. Can you tell us something more about that?
Yeah, so the Huizhou culture is very rich, and you know, it's really hard to explain in one or two sentences. It's actually impossible because it's thousands of years of history. But there is a famous poem that is translated to, "All my life, I have never dreamed of a place as wonderful as Huizhou." And so there are thousands of intangible cultural heritages, there are thousands of historical and cultural relics, and millions of historical documents, all right? So this place, if you were to come here, no matter where you step, including where we are in Huizhou Fuya, it's almost as if you're in a museum without a roof, right? Everywhere you go, there's an ancient story to be seen, and not only in the city, but all across the countryside. So, you know, you can explore the old towns, you can see these kinds of wonderful performances, depending on the time of year that you come. You know, you can do your own DIY ink sticks, you can learn how to make the fish lanterns, you can learn about the unique lives of Huizhou women. So really, Huizhou culture is so diverse, and there's so much to see and so much to learn. It's a lot.
There's also a question about the great mountain there in Wangshan.
Yeah,
that
and so the mountain here is absolutely spectacular. There's actually a saying in Chinese that says, 五岳归来不看山，黄山归来不看岳, right? And what that means is there are 5 famous mountains in China, right? And if you ever go to one of those mountains, you won't want to visit a normal mountain anymore. But once you come to Huangshan, you won't want to visit any of those mountains anymore either, because it's so breathtaking. And so Huangshan is a really unique place because we have this mountain, right, which is really what it's famous for internationally. But then at the foot of the mountain, we also have this wonderful, rich Huizhou culture.
Another question as to about the culture and all these wonderful cultural activities that you did with us today and shared with us. Are these taught in schools? Is that someone asked?
Is what taught in schools?
Are these different cultural culture activities, like the flower arranging, like the bracelets, like the lanterns? Are these crafts taught in schools?
That's a good question. There are elective courses available, but they're not part of the primary courses, of course. And there are extracurricular courses available. And then mostly these are, you know, grassroots kind of customs that that come from just, you know, different villages and your everyday people. So depending on where you're from, you know, which village you're from, you know, that will decide which, you know, kind of unique culture you were exposed to as a child, right?
Thank you. You know, you've lived there now for, did you say 8 years?
Yeah, so I've been living here for almost 7 years, yeah.
So you must have many, many personal impressions and many deep impressions of that beauty and that culture and of the wonderful, wonderful people that you've met and gotten to be family with.
That's right.
Can you share some of those with us?
Where to begin? I mean, I would say, yes, I have a very deep and personal connection with Huangshan. I'm married to someone who is from here, and you know, I have family here in a sense, and so you know, I have become a part of a family. I have become a part of the community here in Huangshan, and it's just an amazing place for so many different reasons. One, you know, we could just talk about the people. The people are obviously warm and loving and kind and tolerant and hospitable, and then living here, you know, you're not only living in such a beautiful natural environment, right? Everywhere you go, it's just mountains and rivers, right? And the actual city area is quite limited. So aside from just the beautiful environment, the natural environment that we live in, you know, there's also all this really cool culture, right? Like what we saw today. And it really catches my eye, right? You can see these massive fish. How can these fish not be so exciting? And living here, being exposed to the culture and the people and traveling around, basically it gives you an opportunity to learn something on a daily basis, right? Because you're just constantly being exposed to new things and new challenges. And it just keeps life interesting and exciting and colorful. And so, in general, I have a very wonderful home, and the natural and cultural stimuli are enough to keep me busy.
We're kind of running out of time, and some of the schools may be hearing bells ring to go to another class. So I'd like to, before we go, say, we all know the Dragon Boat Festival is here upon us. Today's the 7th, and is actually in China is on the 10th. So we are just so grateful to be able to learn about this Festival of Harmony, about family relations, about the community, how people keep the heritage alive, and so many other possibilities. So we're so grateful to all of you for making this possible today. To Minister Counselor Shenmei Chen, you were the one who I think suggested having this wonderful Dragon Boat Festival, and it certainly has been such a rich morning for us. To Secretary Xinglin Zhuan, you have helped with every step of the way, and we are so grateful. And you, Chen, how many emails did we have? So many along the way, and so many conversations. So thank you so much. And for all the people, please express our deep gratitude to all of the Guangzhou city and all the people who made it possible, and all of you wonderful artists who are here today. My goodness, I don't even know how many were here, but so many that you taught us and learned from us. Look at how many have shared with us today. We're just so grateful to you for making this possible. And for Patrick McAllister, who's behind the scenes, you don't know, who worked with us on the technical part all the way along these weeks. And you, the audience, what a great audience you've been. And I know some of you are from many different areas, so we're so glad you're with us. So we hope that you will join us for future live virtuals and other festivals of harmony. June the 10th, remember, is the Dragon Boat Festival. Have a great Dragon Boat Festival, even if you're in the United States. And
Yes.
so we want, please, Mr. Chen and all, please extend our deep gratitude and give our ni hao to all of you in Guangzhou and Shishi to everyone, because we're just so grateful for this wonderful, wonderful morning. So as we go, we look forward to seeing you the next time, and wish you peace, health, and a happy, happy Dragon Boat Festival.
端午安康。
端午安康 Happy Dragon Boat Festival.
Happy Dragon Boat Festival.